Hi there, it's Linda here. Thanks for joining me today as I play along with these goodies you can see for Scrapbook Boutique. I'll be creating 2 cards today, and here I am starting out card number 1. Just smushing down some of the Distress Oxide colours onto my craft mat, and I'm using fossilised amber, broken china, worn lipstick and cracked pistachio, so different blends of those today. Giving them a good spray with my Distress ink sprayer, and then placing my watercolour card down on the top, pressing lightly and seeing what I end up with. It's always a little bit of a surprise, so giving it a good dry with my heat tool in between each application. And I'm not too happy with the colour that's forming there at the bottom, so I'm just lifting up some of that puddled colour with the tissue, and once I've got it dry, sometimes you can reuse the colour that's still on your craft mat. I didn't like the way it was looking there, so I give it a clean off and start to smush down a few more colours. I'm feeling like I need a little bit more of the pink tones, so getting some more worn lipstick down there, cracked pistachio, fossilised amber, and none of the broken china this time because I've got a fair bit of blue happening. So putting it down again, pressing around, lifting up and seeing what I end up with, and just continuing that process over and over, sometimes pressing little bits of the card only down into the certain colours that I'm trying to get a bit more of, and then towards the end I actually sort of flick my paper down into the ink colours, which sort of gives it quite a splotchy look when you lift it up very quickly. So I'll let you just watch the rest of the ink smushing now, and I'll be back again soon. So now that my watercoloured piece is all finished, I'm quite happy with those colours. I'm cutting it with one of the largest stitch rectangle dies from MFT, and then I'm using the beautiful Memory Box Hello die to cut right through the centre of my Distress Oxided piece, if that's what we would call it. And then I'm just very carefully with my pokey tool taking the Hello die cut piece apart and making sure I save all these little inner parts from the letters, because I will need those to put together again later. I am making 2 cards, so I am going to pull this die cut Hello into 2 pieces and then layer it up with some glitter card, and I'll be making one into a shaker and having a bit of a star theme today with my Distress Oxide inks. So just placing my piece down. The very fine hello is going to go in the centre of this one, so I just wanted it to have a little bit more dimension, so I've cut a separate one out of plain white card, adding some glue to that, and the glue that I use is Express It triple tack glue, which I put into my little squeezy bottle. So I've adhered those 2 together, And now I'm using the Scrapbook Boutique acetate to add behind the hello window, and using my double-sided tape all the way around there, peeling off the backing paper, and then I'll be able to stick the acetate down, and then that gives me that nice smooth surface that I can stick the very fine die cut hello piece onto from the front. Right, and I then went through my glitter cardstock stash and grabbed a piece of the teal American Crafts glitter card, and I'm going to add that to my card base, and then that will be behind my Hello Distress Oxided piece. And then you'll see me grab some extra thick craft foam. This is the 3mm craft foam, and I'll just be die cutting that with the hello again, so that I can use that behind my window to hold all my little shaker pieces in place around the word. There's my little bag of shaker stars just off to the right there. It's a very cheapy little pack just from the local dollar store or something like that. I think I got them. So I'll just add those along the center of my card there, so that I know they'll fall behind the word. Sprinkle on a good amount, and that's where I'll stick my front piece. So just grabbing my liquid adhesive again, popping it all around. I really want it to stick well right up close to the edge, so that all those little stars will stay well and truly in place. And then I just adhere that onto the front. Right, now my shaker card is finished, and I'm moving on to the second card that I'll be using with that original Distress Oxide piece. So you can see the hello part there on my white card base, and I'm going to add the very fine little glitter card hello detail to the center of that. But first of all, I'm just using a new product to me called Gilding Polish. I picked it up at the Papercraft Expo in Brisbane a couple of weekends ago, and I just wanted to try it out. So just using that with my star stencil from Scrapbook Boutique on the very front of my card, keeping that starry theme going. And now just adding that same liquid adhesive to the craft foam layer that I had left over from before, and now adding the little inside bits of the letters, and then layering up a white layer with my teal glitter card layer, and then that very fine little hello die cut hello piece will be adhered right in the center of the word there.